Okay, heads are down. We're now on the cylinders. So I already cleaned these out before. So we got new O-rings here. Always run the O-ring along the inside of your thumbnail. Kind of like this, right around the edge inside. That'll unwrap the O-ring and lay it flat on the cylinder. If an O-ring has a twist in it like that, see how it wads up? It'll leak oil. So we just unwrap them by putting your fingernail around it. It just flats it out and lays right in flat, nice and even. Already got the O-ring seals on it over here already, so that's good. Let's see, I need to put some oil in the crank. Alright. So much oil you want? You thirsty? How much oil you want? I don't know. Gotta lube you up.
See, you're funny, Tatro.
Is it lubed?
Oh, man.
She's lubed. Put about half a quart in there. Yeah, maybe more than half. About here. There's oil in the crank now. So you spin the motor over, you got oil in it. So you put a little more in there. Twin cams have a big sump, so you gotta make sure you put more oil in it.
Gotcha.
That way it should go, hopefully go over here and lubricate all this stuff over here. The cam chain, the cams, lifters, all that crap. So you just spin the motor over, it should lubricate everything. Are they moving the big blue truck out there?
Yeah.
Taking away their home out there? The homeless shelter?
Nah, not that one, bud.
Close that front door, get a lot of fumes in here.
Huh?
Close that front door, you're gonna get a lot of exhaust fumes in here. Okay. I'll lubricate at the top. Inch and a half the cylinder right here. A couple inches maybe. No more than that.
She was trying to whisper in my ear, Tatro.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to talk to the boss about you.
Yeah, she comes in here.
Do she?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so she have been here before trying to talk to you?
No, she came in here a few minutes ago. Putting your heads together, we're getting interrupted. Yeah. Exhaust fumes. Yeah, I figured that was your new girlfriend out there, so I didn't want to disturb you. She's definitely been drinking a lot. Smell the alcohol in her. Alright. So that's lubed up. Okay, we already got our ring set up on our pistons already. We have not done is put the clips in yet. Cover that up so clips don't go in there. Alright, so I don't think there's a front and a back to these pistons. Yep, there's an arrow. That means they're an offset. There's no difference in the valve pocket. But when you see an arrow, that means there's an offset. Because the arrow doesn't matter whether it's front or rear, because it offsets one way or the other. Usually it goes backwards, not forward. So there you go. So you got to pick out which side you want to work on. Usually I like putting the clips in from the left side. Over here there's more room than over here on the right side, because you're dealing with all the lifters and stuff over here. So that means the piston goes on like that. This is the left side of the piston, this is the right side. So we'll put the clip in the right side first. Here's our clips. We're going to reuse these old ones. Should be fine. Whatever you do to not twist these stupid things. If they're not round, they're no good. If they're oval shaped, they're no good. So You want to hook them in there like that and squeeze them and shove them in at the same time. So one of these 3 screwdrivers is going to be used. So I just push my thumb real hard. You push down with a screwdriver right there, it'll go in. See, I'm almost pushing in just with my thumb. So you squeeze it in. Now it's in there. You get this other side to go around. Obviously got pressure already on the hand, my thumb. So you just wrap it around a bit further. Now you just got to push in the rest of the way. Like that. Now it's not all the way in yet because I didn't click it in all the way. I didn't think I did. Click. Now it's in all the way. See how it's all the way in there? Now you got to jam the screwdriver in here, try to rotate it. If you can slide it at all, then it is in the groove. A lot of times it won't move though because they jam in. So that one's in there right now. Do the same thing on the next one. Okay, where's our arrow at? That's left, so this is right. Do the same thing, same direction. Just repeat. Just get that one up in the glue. Squeeze with your thumb. A little assistance with your screwdriver. There. Popped out. Harden your thumb. I just poke my finger too. I keep getting about 3/4 of the way and it pops back out. So it's fighting me a little bit. And that steady pressure on the thumb starts hurting after a while. There we go. One over center that time. It hurts your thumb. Do that a couple times, they get sore. Once you go over center, it pops in there. It goes in pretty easy. Well, it's just a matter of shoving this tang in like that. And you shove it all the way into the groove like that. Go pop. It's a big spring. You got to compress it. Don't force it and bend it. Just compress it. Okay, that one's in. Should be good. Now, if you take the wrist pin, should have a nice strong pop sound when it hits the bottom in there. These were loose before. Guess I didn't have as loose as I thought I did. See how they go all the way in? There, now it's working. See, it's got that nice good wrap to it. That means it's all the way bottomed out in there. If it's a real light thud to it, then it's not in there all the way in the groove. Okay, sounds nice and good. That's what you're looking for, or listening for. Multiple ways of checking for the same thing. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and loop up the pin bosses here, bores. Okay, the rings do not go into the wrist pin, so you can actually put these together without, you put these in the cylinder and slide the pin through it. The old style with the rings, you had the ring overlap the wrist pin hole. You can't do it the way I do it. You have to have a spring compressor and compress it down. Pain in the ass. I hate that way of doing things. Okay, this is the left side of the cylinder. So wherever the arrow is, that's left also. This goes in there like that. We can see where the ring is at. Here's where the ring starts. So you put half the ring in the cylinder and you just compress the other half of the ring. It should go right in there pretty easy. These are pretty stiff rings, so there you go. That's one ring in. Another ring's right here. So you're going to compress. You get one of those in there also. Like that. That's too deep though. Get the ring back where it belongs. Get that tit in there. Just bring the piston down. You slightly tap it, it'll go right in. See? Four ring already went in on that side. The other rail's over here. I'll move it around a little bit. The O-ring groove is right there. There it goes in. Boom. I'm going to try to get this in here. So you have to get it high enough to get this in there. So this has to just about pop out to get it in. There you go. Ready to shove it in. Which one's this one?
Hopefully the back.
Back? What makes it the back?
Well, I'm looking at the angle of right here.
Angle of what? Angle of motor?
No other drugs.
You on drugs, you said?
I said, nah, I don't do drugs.
You mumbling back there? You lost interest already? Second guessing yourself?
Yeah, don't want to say nothing crazy on the camera.
Too late. You open your mouth. Rear cylinder has notches in it for the head bolts on the S&S motor. Harley motors, they don't make any difference. Front and back, cylinder the same. So you can do it any way you want. No, I didn't match to see which cylinder it came out of. I just stuffed it in the hole. Technically, there is a difference. The one with the most gouges in it, like this one here, is the rear cylinder. Unless this one has the most gouges. See, this one only has just lighter gouges. This is the front cylinder. Which piston is this though? They're both pretty bad, so I don't think it really matters. But if I had to guess, I'd say this is the rear piston. Unless this one's worse. This one looks like the one you filed on the most. No, they're about equal. This one's got a pretty bad area to it. Doesn't really matter because everything's re-honed out and it's all new anyway. If I had to guess, I'd say this was probably a front piston before. Well, it doesn't matter which hole it goes in, it goes in either hole. Which one you want to go in? See, that wasn't in all the way. There it goes. Ah, dumbass. Did you hear that pop?
What was it?
The front one came out. Do it again. Off again. You hear it. Goes in. The two ring lines in go in first.
Yo.
This is the one to start.
Yo.
Nope, don't want to start. There it goes. Once you get the spot that's tight, it goes in. I'm just using my finger now. Get it right here, see better. You can hear it popping on the backside as I go. So just fingernails all you need. Okay, the O-ring went in on that side already. I'm not sure what the gap is at, so. This is the second rails on this side. So that one's right there is the second rail right here. It's in now. Roll around. Far enough. Gotta put the pin in the hole. There it goes. Okay, both the two cylinders are ready to go together. Which means they're all lined up, so they're perpendicular to the bore. So piston's going to go right straight through. A little bit of movement on that one. This piston moves pretty good. This one here is not so free. The rings are more bound up on it. So, not sure why they're tighter, but they are. Kind of move a little bit, not quite as free. Probably because they're too deep. Bring the piston up a little bit on this side, will probably free it up. There we go. That freed it up, see? The piston's angled too much in a cylinder like this, so you just bring it back more flat. Yeah, it looks good. Unbinds it. Makes it a lot easier to put together. Okay, so we don't know which cylinder's going to go where, so look at the cylinder and see what the worst cosmetically it is. That one's about equal. Okay, this one's got corrosion all through here and it looks pretty damn nice on that side. So that could be a rear. This one's got corrosion right here. Nicer in the middle. This has got more equal corrosion all over the whole inside, all through here. So doesn't look quite as pretty. This one here is on the bad right where the exhaust pipe would be. It's more smooth here, so we'll make this the front, even though this is the best side. You go with whatever you can see the most. Okay, so we'll make this one the front. We're going to make this one the rear. So it doesn't really matter. which one's which. They all go together. Okay, we're going to rotate this around and do the rear one first. I loaded the head bolts here with oil. Go down like this here. Why am I on this side of the piston? Piston's in backwards, see? This should be on the left side. Gonna reposition this a little bit. I'm not sure how I did that stunt, but oh well. Somehow I put it in backwards. Okay, left side of the bike, arrow going forward, rear piston, rear cylinder I mean. See, now it's on this correct side for me to put together. Find a sweet spot right there. Stuff some towels in here so your clips don't go down inside your motor. That'd be a bad day. Okay, now we take our clip, we do the same thing we did before, shove it all in there, and the disadvantage is I don't have provision to get in there like I had on the other side. So this one here, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do that. The stud is in the way of me pushing with my thumb. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Basically, I'm just going to have to hold it. I'm going to try to push up with my finger, put the clip in there. Angle it, push up with my finger. It is not working. Let's try this here. These clips are pretty strong, so it takes a little pressure to do this. Angle is really bad. Motor sliding around ain't helping. Light's horrible too. It's like working in the dark. That's right where I thought it was. There it goes. There's no moving it. I didn't get that good solid pop in there when I put it in. Don't really like. Good clearance in it. Alright, what's in there? It's in there all the way. The wrist pin's got a slight amount of free play when you move it side to side. See how I'm moving it side to side there, see? So it's up in there where it belongs. I can't slide it. It'd be nice if I could, but I can't. So what I did was I was pushing on this side like this against here with a stud in my way. And the screwdriver would push up from the bottom, which would kind of roll it around like putting a shoe on. Shoe horn up into there. And it went in. Okay, so now we take out our rag. Get some oil. Leave it ran off too. Oil up the skirt a little bit. Excuse me. Okay. Then just kind of hold the piston, wiggle the cylinder and push down at the same time. It should slide down relatively easily. If it doesn't, then the rings are bound up in there, which means you probably wrapped the ring or bent it or did something stupid. It's like my hand is cut. There's probably a cut in here right now. Just like I cut this last night over here. Sharp ass cylinders. Okay, after you get in there, you pull it up so you can do the next one. Alright, let me do this one here. Piston's going forward, the arrow. So it's the same thing again. And this time I got more room, we're top dead center. Okay, so I'm going to try to do the same thing with this clip here as we did the last one. There we go. Like you got to push pretty hard. It's probably takes about 30 pounds of force, so you'll be strong. So I'm pushing here and I'm shoving from the bottom with the screwdriver. See how it's not quite in all the way? I got to pop it in yet. So you just go pop on in like this. Yeah, it pops in. I can see if I can rotate it. Looks like it's probably up in there, but I want to have to check it obviously, make sure it's how I want it to be. Yeah, there's no way of moving it. Pin's got about the same free play in it. Double check it and make sure it looks like it's in there all the way. It should be about halfway into the groove. If it's sticking way up on top of the groove, it's not in. So if you can see more than half of that clip, it's not in. That one, I can only see half, so I'm good. Just like before, oil up the skirts a little bit. There's always oil on them. As soon as it rotates, there's oil. Try not to pull it off, piston off the rings. It'll piss your day off if you do. Down. There we go. It's all in there. Now when you turn the motor, but I don't have anything to do the motor with, so I just see if I move my hand. Obviously I can't. It's too stiff to turn. I don't have a tool for doing this yet. I don't like using this, but that's all I got. Push down the center cylinder real heavy. Seems to be working fairly good. There you go. So that's what you're looking for there. Get all the, make sure everything's down evenly and not hitting, no contact issues. Like So these valve pockets are equal, so it doesn't really matter from the top view where you're at, but you obviously want to make sure if you had a different valve pocket, the big one was on the intake and not the exhaust. Be a sure sign you're wrong. I can wipe the cylinders, the oil out of the cylinder there a little bit. Go ahead and bring this down a little bit. There you go. So you see how the oil lubricated everything. See the crosshatch pattern pretty good right now. So it's not a real smooth finish. It's for breaking in rings. There's the original bore over here. See the cylinders are all warped. That's normal. And that's the rear cylinder rub marks. So it looks like I did cut the rear one on the rear again. See the front one doesn't have the marks in it like that. Okay, so now we're ready to get the heads on there. Alright, let me get all the stuff gathered up. I'll be back.